Welcome. Today we're doing what's it called? Today we're doing ignition. Um, yeah, it's our cool tier one machine, a VIP one, because yeah, I do use VIP. Anywho, okay, um, connect to the VPN. Wrong password. There we go. Always happens. Okay, cool. So starting point. Yep, ignition. So gonna make a directory, move into that directory, and let's spawn the machine.
Oh, wait, John,
Yep.
have you started recording?
Yeah, I have.
Ah, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. Have I? No, I have though, because um yeah, I think you saw like Discord talking about streamer mode. Um so when I start streaming on OBS Studio, I can't hear stuff like noises where guys have joined the call and stuff like that. Um so you have AP and gonna do the port scan, so always I'm gonna copy a.sh there. What else? The top 1000 ports, and then run the script. So if you don't know what the script is doing, you can just check like previous session recordings where I explain. This one where I build the script, then I guess from there it's just about explaining and yeah, pretty much. So one thing we have to do though is change the IP. So instead of this, oh, and I also explain why I don't use nmap to do the port scan, and I use this. So let's run this. So it says port 80 is open. Cool. So what's wait, so the next thing we do is run nmap on that port. So in this case I'll do ignore min rates, specify the port, have the IP here. I guess I'll save it to a file. So nmap scan, that looks good. Uh what? Oh, I didn't do the, so you need to do the service enumeration. So using default scripts, sc, then version enumeration with sv. Shouldn't take long. Okay, so it's asking which service version is found to be running on port 80. Um, this should be Nginx. I know there are guys who say, anyway, you all know how you pronounce it, so it's Nginx. That and what's the three-digit HTTP status code returned when you visit the website? So let's copy IP and go over to that. So it's trying to reach ignition.htb, but because we it's not able to resolve that on its own, we need to manually resolve that so that the IP points to this domain. But you're being asked the status code. So I guess if we do a cal, what is it? I'll do an S. S is silent. I'll just include headers, then S for silence, and I'll try reach the website this way. So you can see the status code is 302, and that means redirection. So instead of, I think this is what would point you there. So it's going over to this IP, but then setting the location to the domain. And so you get redirected there. But then, because the DNS isn't able to resolve that, you have to manually add it here. And then I guess I can come here and say what 302. And you come here and add the IP and the domain ignition. So now if we try reach this page, if I spelled it right, okay, cool. And we get a page. Let's see what questions do we have here. What's the virtual host name that the page expects to be accessed by? That would be ignition.htb. Um, is it really vhost? I think my understanding of vhost is like the ability for like one IP address to have multiple domains. In this case, a domain and subdomains of that, of that domain. So I guess that's my understanding of vhost. But anyway, we could also check if there are other subdomains. I don't know if dnum will behave this time. I give it the IP, right? Ignition. Um, yeah, and it's not gonna find anything per se. So yeah, we don't have subdomains. Next question is, what is the full path to the file on a Linux computer that holds a local list of domain name to IP address pairs? That would be the file I've just edited at the moment to manually resolve the DNS entry, etc host. What is the full URL to the Magento login page? Let's run Robuster. I'm not gonna run FAF. I have my reasons. I'm having doubts about using FAF. I guess I might start using Ferox Buster. And it's only for one reason, just one reason, and that's to do with recursion. And by recursion, I mean like um, in Ferox Buster, if it finds an endpoint admin, it's gonna try look for other files within here. So um, it could find like admin login .php, admin logout.php, admin. What else could you have? Dashboard. Um, and yeah. So this pattern where it finds an endpoint and tries to find files within that endpoint, actually files in folders. So it could be /admin /login/login.php, stuff like that. So FAF It can do that. Actually, it can. The thing is, like, the way you do it is funny. I guess let me just get rid of this. So in Faf, if you want to do that, you give it the URL first, right? So in this case, ignition.htb. Then you give it the word list. We'll just do doorbuster directory list to free medium dot text. I hope you all can see this, by the way. I don't know. Let me just increase so like this. What else? So now you want to tell it to do the recursion thing, yeah? Actually, we missed a fuzz here. You need fuzz if you're using FF. So you tell it, okay, I want you to do the recursion that I was just demonstrating right now. Then what you have to do is you have to tell it, okay, I want a max time job of 60 seconds. And what this is saying, so the way FAF does recursion is very weird. Um, so up to here, this is like a queue, like one queue. And for it to start doing the recursion that I was saying, like /admin/login, this has to end first before it even gets to the recursion bit. So when I specify max time job 60, I mean this as one queue. I want you to run this for 60 seconds and then start doing the recursion. So basically, let's say it's gonna find folders and maybe PHP files here, and then an endpoint like /admin is when it's gonna start doing the recursion after 60 seconds. So I really hate that about it. I don't like it. It has a cool flag here called recursion strategy. If I could type greedy, and that really it's kind of like an aggressive scan for you know files and folders within when it's doing the recursive stuff. But I don't like this. I really don't. So contemplating into switching to FlexBuster that does that nice and easy. So we have like ignition.htb, specify a word list, user share, or let me just use opt checklists, discovery, web content. Nope, I want draft small words. This one. What else? Threads 50. Yeah, let's do this. So it's /media/contacts/admin. That's good. So let's explore the page, I guess. There's an enter your email address. What does this do? Ooh, and even GoBuster is recursive. You can see like it found um what checkout cut, and now it's erroring out for some reason. Let's just stop that. Now this is what I want. I don't want I have to kill it for 60 seconds and then that's what is that? Um yeah, so it found like, let me say, how many? Guess errors, static, uh there's wish list. Let me see what this goes to. Oh, so again, wish list redirects to this other one. So GoBuster was able to tell, okay, I hit wish list, but it took me all the way here. So yeah, this is a customer login. Let's go to like what contact. I guess contact is just let's just go there then. Um, ignition contact. It's just the contact us page, which mostly vulnerable to XSS. So I'm just gonna do like name is A. This is a@a.com. Phone number 4567889. What's on your mind? XSS. So how is it again? Script. I want to say a lot. One. Close the tag. Nope. That doesn't look like it's vulnerable. Let me unable to send. Yep. So nothing there. I think I looked at catalog. It took us to the customer login. No, that was wishlist though. Okay, let's look at catalog then. Let's go into Google. Why though? Okay, doesn't really go anywhere. So let's go back to this login. Guess where creates an account. I'll do like nobody, nobody. Sure. At nowhere.com. Password. I am dumb. 123. It's very strong, of course. I am dumb. 123. I guess yeah, that looks good. So create accounts. Okay, now we are logged in. Let's just go through the website. Nothing too interesting. Not purchased. Yeah, I haven't purchased anything. Let's go to account information. Okay, subscriptions. I didn't subscribe because that would be really annoying getting all those emails. No reviews. Anything here? Nothing. Try to go to my account. Same page. Okay. So there's nothing really here. So we go to /admin. Gonna go to Google again, which is annoying. And we get an admin login page. So the first thing I usually do is just try default creds, admin. That says what? It was incorrect or your account is disabled. Admin password, admin123. Nothing. We try a SQL injection or 1 equals 1, like that. And you can just put an A. Nothing. So when I see this, the next thing I'll do is search like, Magento default creds. Let's go here. Install the fresh Magento, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so admin and 123, 123. So does that work? Admin 123, 123. It doesn't work. So, okay, that's interesting. Don't really get anything else here. Another thing we could do maybe is administrator 123, 123. Doesn't work. So the next thing to do is like brute force, because we don't really have anything else to look at in this case. So I'm gonna talk about something. Let's look at the request that's being made when you try login. I'm gonna copy this, copy as curl, and I go to curl converter and I paste it up. Well, that's a lot of stuff though. So okay, let's go. So there's a cookie here set for admin. That doesn't really help us because we aren't logged in. Ignore the headers and look at this form key here. So the very first thing you notice here is close this, is the point about disabling an account temporarily. Before you start brute forcing, you should be like, okay, if I start brute forcing, will I get blocked in the end because of sending too many requests at the same time? Um, Generally, that's what I'd look at. In this case, it isn't. I'm just saying, like, before you go brute forcing, you should like, there's a cool way. I would do the whole. There's a way you can randomize your IP of a SOX5 proxy. So kind of like tunneling through your VPS, and then um, um, SOX5 will be able to randomize the IP address for you. I guess, where is it? This one. So this tool helps with that. So let's see. I guess, yeah. So now you'll make a request over SOX5 proxy, and so this is an IPv6 address, but you can see on each request it keeps changing. That's generally how I'll go about like randomizing my IP address, and same goes for this. So you can see it keeps changing on and on. Yeah, so that's a good way of doing a brute force, because um, even if they notice too many requests are being sent to the website, they can't really ban you if your IP address keeps changing on each request. So, yeah, I'll look at it. I don't have a VPS at the moment, so I could have shown you this, but I guess that's for next time. Yeah, so I was talking about this form key, this one, and let's just copy this and do this in Python real quick. So gonna create a script here. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. Let's do this. Okay, I think that's better for me. Just have the shebang line here. Let's get rid of the cookies. We don't really need them. Headers as well. Don't really need them. I want you to look at something. Let me change this response to. I usually change it to R for some reason. I don't know. I just love it like that. Let's print the output we get when you send the request. Cookies not defined, of course. Let's get rid of all of this. Awesome. So send that request. And where is this? I'm looking for the form key. The form key is set to this, right? Let's just save this here and watch this. Oops, I didn't copy it right. It's set to that, right? Let's make the request again and see how it changes. What's this? Talk about. What are you talking about though? See data. Did I? Oh, it's a typo. Sorry. Let's say the form key changes, and it changes. Now we have this. So some websites will have something like this, where there's a key or just a value they'll have somewhere, and basically when you're sending a request, that value is gonna keep changing. So even if you're to brute force, you need to have the correct value set, because let me see. How can I demonstrate this? Can I call with, let me call with this, I guess, or let's go to the browser because it's already set there. And because the form key here is something different, let's put something else. Where is it? Form key. Yep, the form key is this. So let's put something different there. I guess it's in memory. Where is it? No, storage. Awesome. So let's have this form key. Um, let's have it there. Enter, reload, send. Um, it doesn't really, it doesn't have what I want. Okay, let's proceed. I'll just show you the reason why you won't be able to do a brute force properly with something like this set. So let's see, where do we start now? Can I have a word list? I'm just gonna do There's this word list in sec lists. So sec list, passwords, I think it's here. I guess default creds. Where is it? It's not here really. Let me see. I'm looking for a certain word list. This one, the probable v2 top 207. So the thing about this word list is, I think the history behind it. First of all, you'd find it in a GitHub repo called Real Passwords, if I'm not wrong. So okay, there are three of this though, but I think the history is that for this one, for this specific one, every single password here is a password that was leaked and found at least 350 times. So you'd imagine several leaks. I don't know if there's ever been a Twitter or Facebook leak, but in all of those leaks, each password here would have been found 350 times. So that's why it's called probable. Um, and as the word list lengthens, the probability lowers. So I think for this one is like 350 times, then this one is like 250, and this one is like, I guess 15. I'm not really sure, but yeah. So that's why I'm using this password list. So how do I do this? Read like that. And I'm gonna say for password in word lists, gonna send a request trying to log in. I guess that looks good. So now we change this to password. Yep. Yeah, so let's try that. Um, there's no, yeah, because I didn't specify the full path. I'm done. Um, Passwords. I guess it's where the list is. Okay. Send the request again. Okay, let's just stop it there. Let's go through this and see one bit. See, it says invalid form key. And why? Because the form key keeps changing and we didn't supply the right form key. Like in this case, we had this one, and I guess, okay, let's just say the form key was this. So it expects you to first supply the right form key before you even start brute forcing. Um, Where's the other one? I guess it started here. So this is a very fast request, I guess. Yeah, so that's the point. So first of all, we need to grab the form key. Um, and for this, I'm going to use regex because I love regex. So do an import re, and the next thing we'll do is create a session. So do like request.session, and we're going to send the first request to grab the key. So, okay, like we are like this loop, what's okay, let me just say this line is in a loop. And what is this line doing? It's sending a request. So obviously the key will keep changing. It will still keep changing. But if you create a session and be like, okay, all the requests I'm gonna send are gonna be in this session. So in that case, the form key would change. So our only objective here is to grab the form key, and then that's the same key we're gonna use over and over again. So that's why I created a session here. So I'm gonna do like r is s dot get. Let's have a variable for URL though. So URL is this. Copy that. Have it here. So when I get URL, and I want to comment everything out for now because I want to grab the key first. So print r.text. Is that good enough? I guess. Let's check. Okay, so we got back the page, and where is here it is. There's the form key. So what we want to do is grab this form key from all this output. It's pretty easy. So we'd say like key equals to re.findAll, and we'd say look for this particular point in all this blob. Um, look for the point where it says value equals to, and then it wraps it in double quotes. And here's where you just specify something is gonna be here. So you put a dot star. I hope you all can see this. Let me just enlarge it a bit. I guess that's good. So yeah, look for where we have value equals to. It's gonna be wrapped in quotes, and it's gonna have something inside. So we just have dot star there. So let's try print this. Oh, and we are looking for it in r.text. So you have to specify where you're getting, where you're trying to pull this from. Yeah. So basically, let's try this and see. It says, okay, I guess there are another bunch of others, but this first one is what we want. So we'll do a 0 here to say first match. There we go. So you get value equals to this. But you don't want the value equals and you don't want this quotes. We just want the value itself. So for this, I'm going to use regex again. So instead of the dot here, I'm going to say brackets. And I'm going to say avoid anything with quotes. Should be a single quote because you're just specifying a single character. And then you just wrap this in brackets. I guess that's it. So you want to avoid, so from whatever we'll get back, we don't want quotes basically. And we only want this value that's in between the quotes. So yeah, that's basically it. And now we get back the value. So you'll see like the value keeps changing. But because we have a session, we're not gonna do this request a couple times. Instead, we'll have it in the session. So yep. So task one is done. So you can not print this. Get back to the for loop. And what do I want? So we'll have to change this request to S because we want to use this session. If we don't use this session, the value of form key will keep changing, and you don't want that. Um, yeah, another thing we want to do is change this to the key. So we'll have key here. Looks good. What else do we want? I guess that's okay. But then now we do like a filter where we say if you find this on the page, then you know the password is wrong, else you know the password is right. So I'm gonna do an if statement and I'm gonna say just gonna copy this. It doesn't need the whole thing, just a section of it. We're gonna say if you find this string in r.text, you're gonna say a login incorrect. Maybe you have an arrow there and do like admin and give us the password that you used, and then need to use a format specifier there. Else we're gonna say the login was correct, the username was admin, and the password was this one, and I need to put an arrow here, not yep, that looks good. So at this point you can exit, just stop looping. Yeah, pretty much. So it says login incorrect, blah blah blah. But this is gonna take a while because how? Let's check the length of this word list real quick. 207. You can imagine it's moving like this, and we wanna finish up with 207 of them. Um, I wouldn't wait. I really wouldn't. So I'm going to use threading to speed it up a little bit. Again, I can't speed it up that much because remember, starting point machines are slow, and yeah, pretty much. So from bounded pool executor imports everything. Do I really want to use this? Usually two of them. I usually switch between them, but I feel like okay when I use concurrent with futures here in this case. So all of them help with threading, but I guess I prefer this one. Um, so what do we want to do? Want to replace this loop with uh, a function. So we're gonna call it like brute, and we're gonna say I'm gonna give you a password to try out. And the next thing we want to do, I think this looks good. Then again, instead of doing a print, I'm gonna do a sys.exit, meaning I need to import sys here. And what else? Oh, the reason I'm doing sys.exit is I think I've noticed if you do exit within uh, what's this called? Within a function, it's not really gonna do it properly. So that's why I use sys.exit. And this is gonna say, um, when you're done, just tell us login correct and just stop the script at that point. Yeah. So now we're gonna use the threads. So we're gonna say with thread pool executor max workers equals to. So here's where you specify the threads. Remember when I was talking about threads, like there's stuff that run concurrently. Is it concurrently or in parallel? I'm not really sure. And I feel like I shrugged that, but ignore that. Um, so if I say equals to 20, you're gonna say, okay, use 20 threads. Um, yeah. So we're gonna say as executor, and we're gonna say, response list, whatever you're gonna get back equals to executor dot map, and we are giving it the function, this one, root, and the password list, which is this one, basically. So word list, um, yeah. And the thing about map is at some point it's gonna come back with nuns. So you need to put this in a list. You're gonna say list everything there. The next thing we wanna do now is do a loop to just say, okay, for response in response list, because this is a list, print the response. Okay. If you all say that I've gone too fast there, it's true I have, but talking and typing is hard. So if I was talking a lot and trying to put this together, I'd fumble, and I don't want that. So yeah, I guess I'll just explain it properly. Um, let's run this. So now it's going like a lot faster. Um, yeah, pretty much. Let's say that it comes back with a pass concurrently. Okay. I feel like I wouldn't sharp that word if I didn't think of, because in my brain I was like, okay, I'm gonna say concurrently, then I'm gonna say parallel. So if I wasn't hinting my brain that I'm gonna say parallel next, then probably I wouldn't sharp. But anyway, it happens. Um, it's taking a bit. I think this is where it finds the pass because the website is a bit slow when you log in. So even here, it's gonna take a bit to, I guess, tell us that it's correct. Okay, as it's going, let me just explain this thing again. So we've specified the URL that we're trying to brute force on, and the word list. In this case, actually, it's just think of it as the password list that we want to use. And we've said we are creating a session. And why are we doing that? Because we don't want the form key to change. So a session, what it will help with is it's the same request being sent a couple times. So excuse me, what? Patrick? Uh that's not a pass. I don't know what's going on there. Let's just run it again. Anyway, let me continue explaining this. Yeah, so we have the session so that the key doesn't change. And here what you're doing is we're sending a request, the very first request, and that's gonna grab the form key. And that's the same form key that you're going to use on and on. And why? Because we are in a session. So we are allowed to do that. Then we have a function here. This is giving me a lot of false positives, and I don't know what's going on. But anyway, let me finish explaining this. So we have a function here called brute, and we're sending in some data, and this is what it's using to log in. So first of all, it's expecting a key, a username, and a password. Um, yep. And now we are sending, so now this is in a loop where we are sending the request to the page, and we're saying, okay, if you find please wait and try again later on the page, then you know that the password is wrong. So you're gonna say login incorrect, admin, and the password that you're using. If not, you're gonna say login correct, admin, like this. In this case, this one, but this is not a pass though. So I don't know what's going on there. Um, then here we're just using threading. We're specifying 20 threads, and we are mapping the function to the password list. So you see, like this function is expecting a password. Normally in Python, you'd say, okay, you'd come down here and say, okay, so I want you, like if you're using one password, that is, you'd say brute and maybe try the password admin. But in this case, because we have a word list, I'm using map here to map every single password within the list to the function. And then we're just printing whatever I get after that. Um, I'm concerned, honestly, I'm concerned. I don't know, why would it have false positives? This is very concerning. So instead of using please wait, let me just use this one. Let's try out this one instead, because that one is very weird. So you're gonna say if you find the account sign in was incorrect, blah blah blah, then you know the login is incorrect. So let's try this again. Oops. Okay, do I get the right password? I don't. What is going on here? I have no clue what's going on here, honestly. Um, it's supposed to be a very different password, and that's not what I'm getting. So I'm pretty concerned because if you type it, okay, admin123, do you log in? You don't. So what's going on? Uh, I have no clue really. So let's reset the box and see whether it will behave the same. So gonna read. Oh, that's stopping the instance. What am I doing? I wanted to reset, but it's fine. Yes. Okay. Get the AP. I'll have to change. Oh, that is weird. What's going on there? Okay, cool. Um, What's this? I want to change the IP in the DNS resolver file, and it's gonna say wrong password. Cool. I want to change this. I'm really curious though why it was giving me false positives. Um, that's very interesting. Let's try this again and see. Admin, admin, admin. If it's gonna give me another false positive, I'm just gonna say it's the demo gods, honestly. Come on. And it's funny, so if it's hanging, then that means it was logging in because I said like it's gonna take a bit of time to log in. So if it hangs and then it gives me a wrong password, I'd be like, okay, what was going on there per se? Um, so let's see. Come on. I give up. What? Mickey? Interesting. Okay. Um, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Let me see what's going on. This is supposed to be an easy win. Login incorrect, login correct. Max workers. Can I reduce this maybe? I don't know if the threads are affecting whatever you get back. Uh-huh. I'm gonna try two things. Let me first reduce, oops, first reduce the number of threads. Let's have 15 and see whether that comes back with anything. Looks bad. Okay. If not, I'm gonna change, instead of using concurrent.futures, I'm gonna use bounded pool executor. Um, yeah, for the threading instead of using concurrent.futures. There we go. So now it found the pass. Um, I generally have no idea why it was giving me false positives. Let's just experiment with something. Okay, let's log in here first so that I prove, okay, that's a pass. Grab this. Where is it? Okay. Sign in. And invalid form key. Okay, so just go to the page again. Okay. Admin that. And we log in and we get the flag. But I'm curious why the false positives though. So from, what was it? Bounded pool executor, and I'll change this. I'll actually up this to 30 and see, okay, is it the threads that you don't like? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's see. Okay, go, 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 go. What do you get back? Do you get back some funny pass or you get the actual pass? You get back Mickey. So my conclusion now is because the website is slow, if you give it too many threads, it's gonna misbehave and give you false positives. So I change this back to 15 and see. So the problem isn't concurrent.futures. The problem is the number of threads. Let's run it with 15 again and see whether it gets back the right pass. And I think this is what I was talking about when I was explaining Nmap the other day, and I was giving you all the description, what the difference between TACT4, the timing template 4, and TACT5. And I said TACT5, you'd be sacrificing accuracy for speed. So in this case, we were using 30 threads, and that would go really fast, right? But um, again, Mickey. But we wouldn't get the right results. Honestly, just for sanity, I'm gonna change this back to concurrent.futures. If this was a CTF and then you see, oh, I found the password, and then you'll be like, but I can't log in, so what's going on? Fed pool 15, I guess that's good. Just the last time, just to be sure, it's the threads that are a problem. I guess the sweet spot, if this doesn't work, then the sweet spot is 10 threads, nothing above that. So pretty much. Let's see. Yep, cool. So I'll just say the sweet spot is 10 threads, and this is a slow page. And so using more threads, you're sacrificing accuracy for speed. I think last time I said speed for accuracy. No, I meant accuracy for speed. So let's just change this to 10. So I want to do the final thing, and that's getting the flag. So I want you to print login correct, and then I want you to grab the flag. So flag will be, again, look for an MD5 hash. So I'll just do like \w like this, and look for that in r.text, and then print the flag, and then I want you to exit. So, oh, I have sys already, cool. Um, just do a sys.exit. Or actually, we could do like sys.exit, and then say flag is flag. Easy enough. So, what? Yeah, it's okay. I wanted to like avoid saying the login incorrect part, but I guess let's just leave it there. Flag is, yeah, it found the flag, but wait, are there two MD5 hashes? What? It's found two of them, so I'm wondering, is there any other? Let me check the page source real quick. So there's, oh, is it this? Is that what you were trying to? Huh. Interesting, but I'd say the flag is the first one, so I'll normally just do a zero there to say give me the first thing in the list. And why? Because if you check the position of flag on the page, it's way up here. So even if there's like another MD5 hash somewhere in the page source, I think this would be the very first thing. So, and did the flag change though? I'm not really sure, but let's check this. I can't jump all the way there. Okay, I'll just run this again and then we answer the questions and then we'll submit the flag and see whether that was the right one. So it's asking what's the full URL to the Magento login page. That would be, where is it? I think it was /admin. This one? Does it have a slash at the end? Okay, so it's just this. Cool. Wait, what? Uh, I think someone is trying to not someone as in someone, as in I'm saying something is really wrong because I specified the very first thing and it's giving me two things. Unless I didn't save the file, but I did save, so I'm wondering. Ah, that's interesting. Although, wait, you can see it's saying login correct for Justin. That's the reason why. Wait, what? Wait, all these are correct. Uh, honestly, I don't know what's going on here. I swear, when I was doing it the first time, I didn't have such issues. So that's how I'm gonna defend myself. But maybe let's just run it again. I think we've run it like almost 6 times. I don't know, but it's just my screen is all fucked. Okay, let's run this again. What password access? What password do you use to log in? That would be QWERTY123. Which was again Mickey. What other password worked? There were some other funny passwords, but that's the correct one. And I'm just running it again to see whether it's going to give me the right password. See, it says correct admin. What is that? Admin William. Admin cheese. Admin. My goodness. I'll just grab this and I'll call this script complete fail and yeah. But it should work anyway. It's just I don't know what's up with the page and giving us false positives, but we have this as the flag, I guess. Awesome. Um, yeah, I'm still very curious about this. This is so weird. Anyway, I guess that's fine. I'll call it quits, and yep, that's pretty much the session. So next time, what are we doing? Bike? Cool. Then again, after finishing this one, I want to jump back to Tier 0 because we missed, I think this machine was released very recently, Mongo D. So, yeah, pretty much. That was so bad. From from shrubbing to the script not working to my goodness. Anyway, um, any questions, comments? I know there are a bunch of insults, but um, yeah, I guess I'm done. Questions?
Awesome. Um, Thanks, John, for the session. It was really awesome.
Mhm.
Unless I don't know if someone maybe has a question, you can type it in chat because I believe there's a problem with unmuting.
Mhm.
So maybe you can use the Hangout chat to ask questions.
Okay. I don't think there are questions. Hmm. Did I do too much Python for you guys? That was something really small, but anyway, if you want me to share the script, I guess I'll share it with you, and maybe you can have a look at it a little bit deeper. Um, yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Um, Maybe you can stop the recording. You'll share the link with, the link or maybe the video with us. That is, whoever will need it, to avoid issues come as the last time. You get
The
someone
link for what?
for the recording wherever you're gonna upload it, maybe your cloud or whatever.
No, I said I won't upload. They'll have to wait for me to upload to YouTube. So yeah,
Okay, no problem.
yeah. Someone saying I
Um,
share the script. I'll share the script then.
yeah.
I already shut down my VM, so I'll share it with you personally. Um, awesome session. Thank you. Great. Thank you so much. It was a great session. Thank you. You can share the script and maybe explain that multi-threading thing again. Uh, I think now I should really share the script now. Let me just give me a sec to boot my VM. Awesome session. Thank you. Those false positives, though, I don't know. That's very, very weird. The session was great. Thank you. Is it possible that passing many threads reset the session? No, that's not possible. Um, because for one, we set the session even before we loop. So, and the threads, the whole threading thing is working with one, the function that we made, and two, the word list. So there's no way to reset the session. Is that even possible? I don't think so. But that was just some weird thing. Trust me, I tried. So I did that box like how many minutes before I did it at like maybe at around 5, and I ran the script like 3 times and it was okay. But I don't know. The devil gods are out to get me, I guess. Give me a sec. I share the script. What was this? Okay, HackTheBox starting point. Okay, just share this. Awesome. So someone wanted me to explain about multi-threading. So I talked a bit about it before, but it's basically running a couple processes at the same time. And this is where now I said concurrently. Yeah, in parallel. So, they're running at the same time, only that, how would I do this? Mostly, when you talk about multiprocessing, personally, sometimes the way I look at it is I won't talk about background sessions because I remember the last time I talked about threading in itself, I talked about like, one command running the background, then the other is running the foreground. And in this case, that's not the case. It's more like you're distributing the processes to different processors. Let me just say that. It's not a good way of saying it, but to help you understand, let me just say that. So you'd imagine um, a laptop that has, if you go to Task Manager and you check performance, then scroll all the way down, you'd see. Let me just share this actually, just real quick, real quick. Share screen again. Okay, you go to Task Manager and well, where is this? Um, What is this? I think it's under CPU. Yeah, logical processors. So mostly, when you talk about how fast a machine is, we look at the cores and the processors. So 16 processors. So basically, in my lame way of trying to explain it is you have 16 processors. I want you to distribute three processors per processor. Three processes per processor. So each processor is running the three different processes. And so how many processes are those per second? 48. So that's what we mean by threading. So when I say 20 threads, I'm saying, okay, so when I'm saying 20 threads, I'm saying distribute 20 threads per second to the different processors. I think on my VM, I have like, what was it? 8 processors. So that would mean if it's 20 threads, it's 20 processes. Jesus, I'm confusing processors and processes. Processes per second, meaning per processor, we're getting like 2 processes per second. So 1 second. Okay. I guess that makes sense. I hope it does. That's my lame way of explaining threading. I believe it makes sense that way. Python really looks cool. Share some tips and directions to learn. My God. I'm not the best person to ask about this. I'm crazy and I just pick up things really fast. But anyway, you can do, there's a course I did on Udemy called uh, Zero to Hero in Python, I think. So I guess that one sec. Okay, now, okay. So what was I saying? Yes, Jos Patila, thank you. Zero to Hero, was it in Python? Something of a sort. That's a good course to do. Um, yeah. Also, wait, there's another cool guy. I like watching his YouTube videos sometimes. He's called Clever Programmer. He has a cool Python course, I believe. Let me see. Uh, there we go. So, okay, I guess copy this. Yeah, that guy is really good at what he does, trust me. Um, so that's a awesome course to learn Python. Maybe the false positives are because of the choice of the part of the error message, the account sign in. That is not true because that error message doesn't change. It's always the same. It wouldn't be like an error message where it's saying something like the password 123123 is wrong. Then that would be a potential reason why, because unless you had the incorrect part only, if you just have like the entire thing, the password, this is incorrect, then the next time you're looping, it won't find 123. It will find the password that you're using currently. So um, that would be an instance where that would be the case. So I don't really think that's a problem. It was working. Like I'm telling you, like it was working. Trust me. But I don't know. The demo codes are out to get me. Yeah, it makes sense. Thanks. Awesome. I wish I had a resource where you could learn about threading, but unfortunately, I don't. Actually, when I was learning this, I was in school and I was in the computer lab, and there was this uh, Jonas had a chal on PHP, and it involved brute forcing. And I left home when no one had solved it, and I just was in the comp lab one day, and I just I said, okay, how do we make this go faster? And I just read a blog where someone was using a script to like loop through a word list, and I was in the same scenario because I had a word list and I wanted it to go faster. Grab passwords within the word list and use threading. But that's pretty much how I learned that. I'm telling you, I'm weird. I'm crazy. Um, yeah. So I was thinking of it in terms of lower part instead of upper part and multi-threading in it, but I get you on how it can't be the case. Oh, yeah, I see what you're talking about. But yeah, that wouldn't be the case. So pretty much, okay. I guess if that's it, uh, well, it was a nice session. Uh, I still can't forget that I said concur. Let me stop there. Um, you'll have a good laugh anyway. Um, yeah, so I guess we'll catch up on Friday. I don't know who's doing the session on Friday, but I'll be there, and I guess we'll get to learn more stuff and maybe laugh at guys who are like me on Saturday. So yeah, pretty much. I see someone typing. One sec. He's about to insult me. I'm pretty sure. Come on, I'm waiting for that text. Or you're typing by mistake. Oh no, he's typing. It's an insult. Wait for it. Oh, Waze is here. Waze. Huh? Huh? He's trying to learn Bash so that he can be cool at regex like me. But anyway, you'll get there.
Anyway, John.
You stop typing. Okay, cool.
Oh, I was typing.
Yeah, I thought you were typing. Oh,
Oh,
so you weren't typing.
no, I was not
Oh,
typing. See, now I have to press this button. So I think accidentally I was just backspacing.
okay, cool. All right.
Anyway, thanks guys for attending. Looking forward to see you guys on Friday. Uh-huh. And also, say lazima every time we have one person presenting. You can always, if you feel like you can present anything, maybe a box, take us through Academy, Hack the Box. Feel free to reach out to Fraser, me, John Collins, or Winter. Uh, Someone might help you, and maybe allocate you a day for the same. So, yeah, that's more like it. Hope you guys have a lovely night. Cheers.
Awesome. Yeah. Stay safe, guys. Have a good night and cheers.